It's the start of week 2. I've done 2 days of week 2 for Peachtober, and last week I was really struggling with finishing it. Not the painting. I really enjoy the painting. I even sort of enjoyed documenting the process, even though I'm always complaining that I hate that part. It was a lot. Like, it was a lot to document and then edit a reel, but then at the same time I had to edit my vlog for Saturday, and then also I had to paint, plus I had all these family responsibilities. So it was just a lot to kind of keep up, and I was getting really stressed and really overwhelmed, and I could feel the burnout coming. So I've decided to switch prompt lists. I'm going from Peachtober to Tabby Thai, another artist that I follow on Instagram. It's called the Tober Thai 22, and what I like about her prompts are she's actually incorporated break days. Here you go. That just make it a little bit more manageable with my schedule. Because the thing is, I've done this before. I've completed Inktober, I think, twice, and both times I really regretted joining because it was just too much pressure on me. So the only reason why I'm putting myself through this again right now is because I notice I haven't been drawing as much as I used to, which I feel really bad about. Like, I've kind of put it by the wayside because I've been focused so much on creating vlogs and making sure they come out on time. And honestly, I see the numbers and I'm affected by them. I see that not as many people watch the painting and the studio vlogs as much as they watch the more lifestyle type content. So that definitely affects me. But if I stop to think about it, I have to remember why I started this in the first place. And I think I mentioned it in one of my older videos. The main reason why I want to create YouTube videos is because I want to be able to help somebody out there. Like, I don't know, teach what I know or make things a little easier, even though I'm not like an expert in the thing. I don't know. And I want to be able to document the things that I love to do. So in order to keep loving doing this, I need to take it easy on myself, which is why today's prompt, Note to Self, is very appropriate, because I really needed to remind myself why I was doing this. Yesterday I asked you guys if you could write yourself a note, what would you say? The notes were really quite lovely, but I also noticed a bit of a trend. People sent along a lot of encouragement for themselves, telling themselves to stick with it and that they would get through this, that it would all be worth it in the end. You guys, I feel like we're really on the same page. The first week of October was really hard for me. I love making these videos and connecting with you, but the process of painting, filming, editing, and repeat was really taking its toll. It was affecting my mood and my relationships. So I decided to listen to my body, but more importantly, my sanity, and slow down. Today's prompt was Note to Self. Just the other day, I came across this post that really hit me. It said, "The critical voice inside your mind is not your own." Let that sink in for a second. I sent it to my friends, and we had a really meaningful discussion about where this negative self-talk comes from, and to learn to treat ourselves with compassion and kindness. The same kindness you show to the people that you love, you should also give to yourself. So this is my note for myself. Your thoughts are not always true. Acknowledge them, be critical of them, and if they don't serve you, let them go. They are just thoughts. You can choose what to do with them. Much love to anyone else who needed this today.
So, clap lang siya. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 in 2. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Upward. One more time. 5, 6, 7, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8. Okay. Alright, sakto naman yun. 1, 2. Oh, sakto yun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's it. Ready? 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2. Okay, wala siyang ganun, ha? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. And then, 1, 2. Parang mag-knock. Knock. And boom. Cut. Yes. Bigger. Yes. Hindi ganun. Boom. Then your body. Cut. And we go 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Lately, I've been enjoying putting down solid blocks of color and then using line work to really separate the shapes and to add definition and texture. I'm also really enjoying this new color palette, which is very different from the colors that I usually use, but I really love it. It's something that's been on my mind for a while, and I'm so glad that I'm taking the opportunity to explore it. The prompt for today is computer/TV, and when I heard that, the first thing I thought of was how I spend majority of my day in front of the computer with Bachi sleeping by my side just like this. Of course, my space doesn't look quite as nice as this, but a girl can dream. I know, I'm a little obsessed with my dog. When I heard the prompt for today, which was keychain, the first thing I thought of was, wow, wouldn't it be great to have a Bachi keychain? So that's what I drew. I drew a colorful, happy yellow backpack, and then I made a little Bachi keychain. Left him white, but I decided in the end that I wanted him to be this kind of purpley blue colored. I just felt like it would match with the rest of the colors better. Yeah, I don't really have much to talk about here except for that I love my dog and he is my favorite thing to draw.
You in the backyard of your old farm in the summer. Stayed there for 3 weeks where we learned to love each other. Wrote you letters, sent a message to that day. Skip to the present, haven't been so happy ever. In your room, working on my first record. Skip to the present, and I still haven't released it. But it's okay, 'cause the new songs are way better. That's what it feels like, haven't been so happy ever.
Oh, there. No more. For today, I decided to paint a mushroom. I have this old children's encyclopedia that I used as a reference guide for this painting. This is the mushroom specifically that I am using to make my painting. So first, I experimented a little bit with the layout, trying to figure out how to make it look more symmetrical, but also make it look very stylized. And as you can see, I even experimented with drawing a cactus because I was thinking maybe I want to draw a cactus, but no, in the end, I decided mushroom. For this particular painting, I really wanted to play around with the color, using color to convey light and shadow. So the base color is this primary yellow color that I hardly ever use because it comes out kind of grainy in my opinion, and it's not very opaque compared to the other acrylic gouache paints, so I just don't use it for that reason. And then I'm using this light blue color in all the parts where I want to add shadow. So it's under the first mushroom, it's on the top part of the middle mushroom, and I wanted like the bottom mushroom to look like the edges were curling over, which is why I added the shadow underneath that as well. And just to make it a little cuter, I decided that I would add little faces on each of the mushrooms. The first one is a happy face, the middle one is kind of sad, and the middle one is just meh. And I added this pink color that's also my highlight color, and it's also being used to further define the faces of each of the mushrooms. Then I went in with a very dark pink color for the background to make the mushroom really stand out. I always save these scraps like cut-offs of my paper from bigger paintings so I can use it in occasions like this. I'm just laying it underneath the page to make sure that the paint doesn't get on the pages underneath or onto the cover of the sketchbook. This is honestly the part that takes the longest, cutting out all the little details to make sure the edges are nice and clean when I'm painting in backgrounds or big swatches of color. After I finished painting the background, I thought it looked a little lonely, so I decided to add a few sparkles around the page. I usually cut this out of my video, but you notice how I'm lifting the brush a lot and kind of twisting it around. I always do that because I'm trying to find the pointiest part of the brush, because what often happens, especially with detail brushes, is they kind of tend to split, especially if they're older, so they don't hold their point as well. So I kind of use the paint that's on there to flatten the bristles together and then twist it around, trying to find the sharpest point so that I can get the sharpest details. And this is what I came up with for symmetry.
I want you to stay, don't see why you can't. I promise I'll wait as long as I can, yeah. I want you to know you're enough of a man. Let's walk on the beach with our feet in the sand, yeah. You know that your curves are infectious. Is this a curse or a blessing? The way you make me feel got me stressing. Play with my desire till you possessed it. Ooh, is this what you want? Make you ooh, was just passing through, but now I don't know what to choose. Yeah, I could go on and on about how I don't know what I want, but I didn't come from up above to fall in love. Ooh, made room for you.
The word for today is clock or time. I thought of one of those retro cat clocks. I don't know why, but that's what I decided to draw with a little spin on it. I don't know what it was about the color scheme of this piece. I'm still very much on a yellow and pink trend at the moment, so kind of just playing around with that. I didn't really have a plan going in mind, except for I knew I wanted to draw that clock, and I wanted it to be like a sassy looking cat, kind of like holding up a reminder for its owner to feed it or to give it belly rubs, something cute like that. Something that I've been wanting to play around with is adding texture to my paintings using colored pencil. I tried to add on a lot of texture to the cat's body as if it was like actual fur, and I wanted to add a bit more interest to the background just with some mark making and some scribbles. When I first laid down that mark, I was very nervous about how it was going to turn out because I had no plan about it. I was just kind of playing, but I kind of really like how it turned out in the end, and I'm happy that I experimented with it. The prompt for today is comfort food. There was a time when Benny cakes were all over my feed on Instagram, and when I thought of comfort food, I was thinking how cute would it be to have a dish that was not only comforting to eat but also said comforting things to you. So I made one of those very frosted, cutesy Benny cakes, giving you an encouraging word telling you that you're the best.
Made room for you. Oh, finally got room for two. I want you to stay, don't see why you can't. I promise I'll wait as long as I can, yeah. Ooh, ooh.
Eat your nose. I will eat your. Scott, lift your feet.
No excuse.
Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Wow, you sleepy.
Sam, you gotta do that.
Scott, are you done? You fell down.
Sink down into the squats. Only 15 seconds. You can do this. Come on, less than 10. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Picking this up's more trouble than you ever wanted. Sweep it under your bed and try to forget, but it won't work. Something just ain't right, but you couldn't define it. And how could you know so? You bottle this up and save it for another year.
7 dwarves, and they told him they did have a brother, number 7, but 7 was taken by a wolf. The wolf took him to the mountain. So the little boy said, "Don't be afraid, I'll get your brother back." And he rode off to the mountain to rescue 7.
Said already.
Okay. Why before you did not like tomato sauce?
No, I like.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like tomato.
You're right.
Because I'll put sulfur. Sulfur gone. Sulfur meal gone. Sulfur. But the sauce.
I thought you said there's a bow.
I'm putting sauce.
Oh, sauce lang.
I'm putting sauce and the
Sitting in your room, working on my first record. Skip to the present.